Daily Broadside, day 797. I believe the customer is usually wrong, not always right. Think about it like this, right? Who are the customers out there? It's all of us. And all of us is comprised of a bunch of morons, okay? Vast swaths of morons all across this country. And you're telling me those people are always right? No. Customers can be dickholes, right? More times than not, as evidenced by the fact that there's a litany and bevy of videos out there of people flipping out over not getting enough ketchup on their fries and flipping over a cash register and storming out, kicking a glass door. The customer is an idiot more times than not. People that are running a civilized society will always be good people. Everybody else can lay waste to being a complete imbecile. And that's okay. Imbeciles are allowed to imbecile. Imbecile is a verb now, okay? Oh, man, I got to say, I was watching something this morning. Well, I wasn't watching. I was looking. It was a picture, and it was like a graph of who's the best Batman. To me, Christian Bale. Michael Keaton, he's like 5'8". He doesn't come across as a tough guy at all. I don't want Mr. Mom saving Gotham, And I'm not a Batman fan. I've just seen a few of the movies. I don't even remember how Val Kilmer did it. I've not seen the Ben Affleck one. Who was the other? George Clooney. That was dumb. So I think Christian Bale wins, although I don't understand the voice. I don't understand that, why they had to do that. Other than that differentiates him from being Bruce Wayne and discernible to someone who would, the whole Superman. Like, how'd you know that dude was not Superman? It's like just Clark Kent without glasses. So maybe that's it. But I think maybe Christian Bale gets clouded in the fact that the movies were better, And I contend that Batman Begins is better than The Dark Knight. But anyway, my point to this is they always include Adam West, okay? I don't like The Dark Knight wearing light gray, first of all. I don't like seeing his nipples. I don't like the fact that he had no masculine physique. Like, what was the guy that played Tarzan back in like the 50s? That would have been a better Batman. I don't know what he sounded like when he talked, because I don't think I've ever seen that, but I've seen his his physique. In the 50s, there weren't a lot of Arnold Schwarzeneggers walking around, but, the point is Adam West is not, I don't understand why he's, added into this, and people are voting, oh, Adam West is the best Batman. No, he's not. He's better in Family Guy than he ever was in Batman. I don't understand why we're even having that debate, And women, I love women and perfume. It's a great thing. Some women don't wear perfume. They wear body sprays, which I guess is like female Axe. I don't know what that is. I don't know what the difference between a body spray and a cologne. Sounds like a perfume, just another way of putting perfume on. But nevertheless, the only thing I cannot stomach women to have on them is Clinique's Happy. Oh, man. It smells like dumpster juice. I can't stand. That is just a nauseating. And while we're talking about perfume, you ever walk by, it's typically like older women, like in their, let's say 60s or 70s or whatever, and you walk by a woman and you get, she just, you can smell her from 5 feet away. And I don't understand how do you put that much perfume on? And I'm not saying she can't. It's fine. If you want to be smelled from 5 feet away, that's awesome. Put all the Elizabeth Taylor sweat and diamonds or whatever those things were called, whatever you want to wear. You put it all on, girl. Whatever floats your trigger. So, but I just don't, are they just, my mom had one of those ones when I was younger that had the bottle and then the little Reebok pump thing, the orange bulb on the shoes back in the day. Maybe it was blue. I don't remember. I think it was orange. Yeah, it was shaped like a basketball. And she had one of those. Do they just for 45 seconds just douse themselves? How do you get to smell that potent? And how much money do you have? Because that stuff is like hundreds of dollars a fluid ounce. I mean, you'd be going through that stuff like crazy cakes. I don't know what crazy cakes means other than the fact that they're little things they sell in Wawa marts up in North. I think they make them down here now, but when I was a kid, every time you went to Jersey, you got a tasty cake because they didn't make them down here, and they were all the rage. I like the peanut butter ones. The little is like a like a chocolate covered peanut butter sponge cake type. Those are my favorite. I haven't had one in 20 years. But anyway, so the last thing I'll discuss is public transportation. I was debating with myself last night, and I was trying to decide if I feel like public transportation should be free. I mean, I've talked before about how, city buses are, $250,000. The electric ones are like $400,000. Then you got to pay somebody 40, 50, $70,000 a year to drive the damn thing around, and people are paying $1.35 to ride on it for they're not making any money anyway. Why don't we just call it even and just let it be absorbed by taxes? The only people that are going to benefit from that are people that don't own cars, the poorer among us, right? But then you're like, well, you got to pay your taxes for the roads, and I don't know. It's a very complex issue, but I think at its core, I think I'm fine with like the subway. And the subway is really what brought it up, because I was watching, apparently New York put some little sharp things on top of their turnstiles to hop, so to deter hoppers, and whatnot. And so then I got down this rabbit hole of watching how different ways of hopping turnstiles and avoiding having to pay at the New York City subway system. And I got to tell you, they've got even the ones that like the wire, you would think you wouldn't, the gate that goes through another gate, so there's no way to get. They can climb over and fit a human body through the top and fit. I mean, when they design these things, like if you told me, hey, I need you to design something that the human body can't fit through, I think taking a measurement from the top bar to the top of the ceiling or the whatever would probably be one of the things that I would probably check before I submitted my design. And yet some skinny kid just floated right through the top. So even those things are not foolproof. But then they've got the three-prong, turnstile, that just the old school turn. You apparently can pull it back just a hair, step through, and then slide through and just walk through. Or you can go under, you can slide under with a skateboard, you can just step under it, you can step over it, you can hop over it. It's crazy. And then of course they got the exit doors that people just hold open. So like apparently you're an idiot if you pay for the subway. And all the transit cops and everything, MTA's making billions of dollars a minute, and all the transit cops are just standing around like watching these people do it. I mean, what are they going to do? Arrest everybody that does it when there's 70 people a minute doing it? It gets to the point like just let the damn thing be free. Like if you want a turnstile to track how many people are using the system, that's great. But apparently you can get up on these little spikes they've installed and hop right over. It doesn't really hurt. And if you had gloves on, I mean, if you're going to do it, like make it like nails, like roofing nails or something. All they did was just put this it's like a landscape of a Patagonia logo or something. It's really not that painful looking. And they've already found a way to get across it. You just put your hands on there and hop. I don't know. So I think maybe with all this congestion pricing, seems kind of dumb. I mean, I understand what they're trying to do, but government's so stupid. They couldn't government themselves out of a wet paper bag. It's kind of silly. So I think I'm leaning more towards free public transportation, buses, subways, whatever. At least make it so cheap that it barely pays for maintenance or something like that. Like 50 cents. You put 2 quarters in, you can ride the what do you call it? The monorail or whatever they got in Chicago, for the next, whatever. If you want to go to the end of the line, you can. 50 cents, all it costs. Just make it affordable if you're gonna try to help people that don't have the means to have a car. I don't know what I'm talking about because I don't live in a city like that. I'm just saying, I think maybe with all the waste that we have at our taxes, maybe funding transportation for free for everybody, maybe that would be an actual good use of it. Y'all have a great day. Take it easy.